Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna run through how to segment. Now, this is the second video in the segmentation series, and this is a beast, and it's really, really important. If you haven't watched the first video, go ahead, watch that first video, and then come back and watch this video. So I'll share my screen here and we'll jump right in. And like I said, we're gonna run through exactly how to segment in this video. So how do you segment? Effectively, what you want to do is consider people's intent. So what we do is we look at effectively like 3 different things with people's level of intent. So what we do is we consider their purchase engagement, which is the highest intent, the email engagement, which is kind of mid intent, and then their website engagement, which is lowest intent. Now within these, what we also do is take into account RFV. RFV is recency, frequency, and value. So recency would be like, hey, has someone purchased in the last day or in the last year? Frequency would be, hey, has someone purchased once or 17 times? Value would be, has someone spent $50 or $500, right? It's very important to look at this when we're going ahead and creating segments, because we want to understand like, hey, how engaged are these people? How recently did people purchase? How frequently did people purchase? How valuable are these people, so that we can address people based off of their current level of intent. Now, iOS 15 changed the way that we receive data. So some of the open rate data may be a little bit funky. So open rates will look a little bit inflated here. If campaign analytics show a large number of iOS openers, we should look at how many users are impacted and then create a segment accordingly. So there's another section and another video on the Apple iOS 15 MPP opens. Check that out if you haven't already. The definitions of recency, frequency, and monetary value should really be customized based off of your business. I'm not giving you exact numbers here, because what is recent for you, for your business, is different than what's recent for someone else. And I'll give you an example here. If you sell mattresses, the frequency of purchases is going to be a heck of a lot lower than if you sell supplements, but the value is going to be a heck of a lot higher, right? So it's really important to consider based off of your business. And there's another video on exactly how to dive in and understand a little bit more about the average time between purchases, the average time between orders for consumers. That's really important to understand. And it's also really important to understand like, hey, how many times have these people purchased, right? If people are buying a mattress, they're probably not coming back 3 or 4 times unless they've got like 3 or 4 different like bedrooms and things like that, and they're buying it for each one of their bedrooms all at the same time. Pretty unlikely. Versus a supplement where it's like, hey, you know what, like people are probably buying that monthly or every 45 days or maybe every 60 days. So really, really important to consider that. Some rough guidelines for you to consider. Again, it's really important that you just build this out specific to your business, but some very rough guidelines here you can consider are: number 1, engagement recently would be 3 months, and frequency would be 3 times or more. And then from a purchase perspective, recent would be within 4 months, not recent would be 4 to 13 months ago, and frequent would be 3 times. And then high monetary value, this is when you're looking at VIPs, and we'll get into that in the next segmentation video. This is when we're looking at high monetary values, so 2 to 3 times your average order value, just over your average order value. Typically, we're gonna want to go for like 2 to 3 times. For the odd store, we might do just above the average order value. Again, depends what you're selling. So again, just to reiterate here, the difference between segments and lists. Lists are static and they're from CSV files or from people who are already in Klaviyo. Segments are dynamic and based off of people's behaviors or properties. And effectively, like all of these things are how we can go about building out segments. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. Like I said, this is one of the most important videos you're going to watch. This was the second video in the segmentation series. Stay tuned for the next one. The next one is going to be the exact segments that you want to build out. And if you haven't watched the first video yet, go ahead and watch that and then watch this one as well. Thanks so much for watching. And if you did like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. It does really help out a lot. And if you do have a D2C brand and you'd like our help, feel free to check out the links in the description below. For brands doing over $50,000 a month, you can apply to work with our agency. And for brands doing less than $50,000 a month, you can apply for our email mastery program.